Hey everyone, welcome back to the Soundbyte. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be looking at a bit of Dream Theater, progressive rock or progressive metal, depending on how you sort of look at Dream Theater. They kind of blend the two very well together, I think, the kind of rock and metal. They've got some heavy moments, but for the most part, I think they kind of, I kind of feel they lean more towards the rock side of things. We're going to be looking at a track. It's actually an instrumental called The Dance of Eternity. It's actually one of their more complicated songs, and they've got a lot of complicated songs to be honest, but this is one of those ones quite early on where they kind of really showcase a lot of their musical chops, I guess you could say. And they've played this one live a bunch of times over the years, so it's always amazing to watch them actually perform this. This is actually from their Metropolis Part 2 Scenes from a Memory album, which was released in 1999, which is this is actually one of the first albums that I got into from Dream Theater. I was never a fan of them from their previous albums before that. There was something about them that I just could not get into. I don't know what it was, and maybe because I was sort of at that time I was starting, I was getting into more of the heavier stuff, and they just weren't heavy enough for me, I guess. But then I discovered this album, and it made me appreciate the band more, and just the sheer complexity of everything, and the concept of the whole album as well. I mean, concept albums were not new to me at the time, but they weren't something that I kind of gravitated towards a lot. And this is one of the ones where I was like, oh wow, this is actually something that you have to listen to entirely from start to finish. I know I'm pulling a track here, so it's kind of taking it out of context a little bit, but it's one of those songs that kind of can stand on its own. Hence why I've decided to take a look at it today. The Dance of Eternity from A Dream Theater. Let's have a look. So many switch ups. It's insane. It's one of those songs that it just keeps you engaged the entire time because you just don't know where they're going to take it. One of the things that I do like about the this particular track is the fact that it's still catchy at the same time. It's so weird how it's got so many complex arrangements and switch ups and everything, and yet it's just catchy. It's one of the reasons why it's one of the songs that I kind of got really familiar with quite quickly. And it's hard to kind of get familiar with prog, prog songs, I guess. Certainly very technical songs because there's a lot of working parts to remember. But for whatever reason, this was the one that just I just took it all in, and now I know every single part to it. It's amazing. And to kind of sit back and just know where everything's going to go, that doesn't kill the fun at all. It actually makes it almost more fun in some ways to know where it's going. But I do remember like the first few times hearing it, like just there was that sort of like thrill of like you don't know where it's going to go, and there's something really fun about that sort of side of music as well. So. it's those little passages that Dream Theater throw in there, that fun little sort of whatever you want to call that. Um, they do that all the time, and it's just it made me laugh the first time I heard that, but then like it's just so much fun to listen to. Especially when they play songs live, they sometimes obviously they don't improvise because of this kind of music you just can't really do that, but they've obviously rehearsed all these kind of extra little parts that they will throw into like into songs, and I know they've done sort of mix and mash up, sort of like putting different parts of songs together and making a bit of a whatever you call it, a sort of hybrid of different songs. And then thrown in like cover bits and stuff. Like it's just fun, like just so much fun, not just to listen to, but actually watch them actually do that as well. And you can tell that they enjoy it. It's one of the things that kind of makes Dream Theater stand out from a lot of other bands as well. Well, I mean, it sounds so classical as well. I like how the song kind of builds up and then sort of comes back down again. That's another sort of I guess you could say it's a trademark of Dream Theater. They've done that quite a few times over the years with different songs. That build up and coming down is it's almost like that sort of melodic and then heavy part. That's sort of like the equivalent of that, I guess, to some extent. It's just fun because like again, like you just there's like sort of building up and you don't know where it's going to go from there. That's insane. And then we have to build up again. Really a climax more than anything. Yeah, The Dance of Eternity. There you go. That's an amazing track. And do yourself a favor, and I'll put a link in the description there for you. Check out the live video of it. I think it's I did the entire album in its entirety. I've got it on DVD. I bought it years ago, and I can't remember if it was with the orchestra, if it was just with the band. I'd have to rewatch it again, but I'll link the video to the live version of this because you got to watch it. It's just absolutely amazing if you haven't seen it already. Yeah, an amazing band, Dream Theater. They got a new album actually, which is out now, and I did check it out just recently, and it's with obviously with Mike Portnoy back in the band again. His first one since Black Clouds and Silver Linings, which was a while ago now. It was over 10 years, I think. And I just it's almost like he never left the band. It's just sort of like the next album that he did with them, you know. It's just amazing what they have done to kind of just continue the Dream Theater story. And it's amazing. It's great to have Mike. I know I'm a big fan of Mike Mangini as well. I actually knew him before he joined the band. He'd been doing a bunch of different session work and stuff with various bands. I remember him from a band called Annihilator, which I absolutely love, and a criminally underrated band. If you haven't checked them out, please go check them out. Jeff Waters is a guitar god and just an underrated guitar player as well. And I'll probably react to some stuff from them in at some point in the future. But Mike Mangini did some session work with them on a few albums, and so I knew him from that, and I knew he had held the Guinness Book of World Records for like the fastest beat per minute or something like that, I think, a number of years ago. So I'd certainly heard of him and sort of had checked his stuff out before with other bands. And so when he joined Dream Theater, I was like, oh, okay, this it kind of makes sense because he's a very technical drummer. Technically speaking, I guess, no, whatever, don't want to sound redundant there, but technically speaking, he's probably a more technical drummer than Mike Portnoy. But what he doesn't have is what Mike Portnoy has the most is that feel and groove that Portnoy does so well. That seems to just fit so well with Dream Theater. That's what makes the band such a great. I mean, all the musicians in that band are just absolutely amazing. Every single one of them. But for me, like I said before, it's one of the things that I focus on is the drums, and so hence why I'm a big fan of Portnoy because even when you watch the videos, he's like, or watch him live or whatever, like he just he makes it seem so easy, one, and second, it looks like he's having so much fun. He does all these sort of like little tricks and stuff that's just like clearly he's just enjoying himself. So to be able to do this kind of music and be able to have that kind of casualness to it at the same time is just it's mind blowing. It's actually amazing. So I'm glad to have him back in the band because I think he was sorely missed, in all honesty. Nothing against Mangini, of course. I mean, is a tremendous drummer, and I'll check out the stuff that he's doing. I believe he's in a new band now, so I'm going to check that out when I can. But yeah, it's Portnoy's home. It's he belongs in the band, so it's great that they've worked things out. It was a bit of a shock, to be honest, that he's come back, because I didn't think it would actually ever happen. I thought that was it. But you never really know. It does happen. So anyway, there we go. That's the Dance of Eternity from Dream Theater. So thanks for tuning in as always. And please subscribe if you haven't already and follow us on our social medias. All of that stuff is in the links in the description below. And I'll see you in the next video.